everybody, it's Romania Black, and I am so ready as Reze, to review Chainsaw Man Volume 5. I was waiting for this wig to come in, and waiting for this. I've never worn a collar like this. This is the most not Romania thing to ever wear. I feel like Dodgeball, where Average Joe's comes out in the fetish gear. This is like the least Romania thing I would ever have in my closet, but it's all right. I'm feeling empowered by it. I'm feeling very dynamic and fiery, as it would be. But yeah. So, I would normally wear this wig like Reze's, but then you all would have this giant strand of hair in the middle of my face, and you would not see my expression for the entire reaction. So, we just had to pin it back to the side. But I am digging this wig. I do like it. Nice job. Good work. Good work, Internet. So, we are on Volume 5, and I have been so excited to get to this volume because y'all came out of the woodworks for commenting on the movie, which thank you all so much. I had so much fun watching the Chainsaw movie. It was so worth the wait. It was so worth the wait. And you all, everyone's responses were so much fun to read. I loved how in-depth people went. I loved that people are on board with the Aki Angel. People had so many comments about Beam, about Reze, and the best part of it all was, thank you, because my moderator was like, there's not spoilers. And I was like, what? So thank you, YouTube community, and thank you, Patreon. You all are fantastic. So kudos to you. Give yourselves a pat on the back for not spoiling on the internet about a famous shonen series. It doesn't happen often, I can tell you that. But yeah. So with that being said, before we dive into Volume 5, I have lots of comments that I want to talk to you all about pertaining to the movie, because this volume, as I have been told, the only thing I've been told about this volume is that it goes from the end of season 1 into the movie content, which is pretty exciting. I'm all about that. So we need to talk about some movie comments though before we dive in, and I will be so real with you all. There is a cold front that's supposed to come through tonight, but right now it is 80 degrees in my abode. It is 80 degrees in here. I refuse to turn on any air conditioning because I'm like, no, it's not time for that yet. So I'm struggling through it. So I'm like, it's so hot. It's so hot. But it's going to be fine. So if I look a little shiny, it's because there's this sweat. And then, and my dogs are very, very warm as well. I feel bad for them. I would almost turn the AC on for them, but you know what? That cold front's going to come through tonight. It's going to drop down to 50, and then it's going to be fine. So in any case, Jav Gamer over in the Discord said, a small note that you missed in the reaction. When Makima first confronts Reze, she says how she also likes the country mouse. So she could, at least, hear everything they were talking about in the school. I feel like I talked about that in the discussion. Maybe I missed it. But yeah, Makima, I did talk about it at the end of the discussion, that Makima, Heat will not stop Huckleberry from playing with me, that Makima knew about their conversation. I did talk about that in the discussion. They said, well, this is what I love about Makima as a character. Her entire existence, as of now at least, is a mystery. We don't know her true goals or what she's capable of, so every single scene she's in, we can't be sure of what she wants or what she's going to do. It makes it incredibly tense. She could always be in the background and we'd have no idea. Well, here's the thing. If she's controlling those rats, then she is very much in the background at all times. If she can, my theory is she can control other things for surveillance. That's why she knows so much. So that's a scary concept in itself, right? It's very Big Brother, only it's Big Sister Makima, which, you know, at this point would not surprise me. So yeah. Anyway, Jiang, ex-Jiang, UN8CD says, personally, I see Angel's question at the very end as a self-deprecating rhetorical question. He just aided Makima in killing a young girl, which we know he thinks is a bad thing because he didn't want Aki to be involved despite Makima's request. He doesn't really have free will in this case, and he's asking a mouse, another creature that lacks free will and is controlled by Makima, whether it thinks the city is a good place. It feels very much like he hates the city even more now, but has grown numb to it and is trying to seek some sort of connection, comfort, or even justification from a creature that he sees himself in. Well said, Jiang, ex-Jiang, well said. I feel like, in a sense, if we're wanting to know where he's going to find that connection, Aki, but, you know, we know that that's kind of short-lived, so we'll see how that goes. I just love that Fujimoto's like, here's a doomed yaoi ship, have fun. like, what? Icy says, somebody did the math online. And you can touch Angel for roughly 35 minutes before dying. And when they first commented this, I was like, I'm an English teacher. Girl needs receipts. I need the citation. I need the research. I need everything involved in this. And so the video is from TikTok, which I don't watch TikTok. So I have like a vague TikTok. But they were like, I don't know if you'll be able to watch it. So I'm going to summarize the video. And I'm like, there you go, Icy. Help a millennial out. They said, according to the video, the assumption is that Aki touched Angel's hand for around 7 seconds, which siphoned 2 months of their life. So the guess is that 0.286 months are siphoned off per second. Okay, now you're getting into math. This is an English major. This side of the brain does English. This side of the brain, totally tuned off. It says, okay, so 0.286 months are siphoned off per second. Dividing 0.286 per year equals 42 seconds for Angel to take a year of your life. Now, this is where we get even more presumptuous because we are presuming a person has 47 or 47.575 or 54.75 years left on their life, which would be in like in Aki's case if he's like almost 20. So 47.75. I mean, y'all are assuming these people are going to die at 54 years old? Excuse me. That's middle-aged. 47.75. This is clearly a young person that's done this math if they think that 54 is old. Clearly a young person. 47.75 or 42 equals 2,000.5 seconds, and 54.75 over 42 equals 2,299.5 seconds. Divide both numbers into minutes, which is 2005.5 divided by 60 equals 33.42. 5 and 2299.6 divided by 60 is 38.32. Thus, you could touch Angel for 33 to 38 minutes before dying. I think the original math was done on Reddit and then updated for the movie. I hadn't seen this video since October of last year, so I forgot the exact amount of time. The only question I have is why are they presuming that a person's living 47 or 54 years left? Like, unless they're assuming that's tacked on to Aki. So if Aki's 18 or 19, they're assuming he's going to live to his 60s, but what if he was supposed to live to his 80s? Why not make it 100? Why not make it an even 100? I mean, people live to be 100. Why not make it even? Or why not make it 80? I don't know. It feels, maybe I'm profiling younger people who think, when I was young, I thought 30 was old. And now in my mid-30s, I'm like, oh, no. So, but anyway, the idea that 35 minutes you could touch Aki, you can get a lot done in 35 minutes. Aki could get a lot done in 35 minutes. I'm just saying, let's not rule it out. People have done things in less time, so. But anyway, thank you for doing the math on that and finding that video. That was really cool. Username 123 says, Angel Devil. I'm a devil. I think humans should suffer when they die. Aki in season 1. I think devils should suffer when they die. I love Aki's character so much, and even though how he hates devils, he's an empathetic character. And he loses 2 months of lifespan to save 1. Yeah, Aki's pretty amazing, but damn, what a tragic character. I love the character growth he's had since season 1, where he was like, I don't think any devil should, die without suffering, to saving Angel. And then Angel going from, I think all humans should suffer a horrible death, to, or not a horrible death, should suffer when they die, to sparing Aki from witnessing Reze die. Character growth. We love to see it in stories, right? And then TB says, to answer your question about the singer of the OP, Kenshi Yonezu, who sung the OP for Kickback, is the one who sings the OP in the movie as well. Yeah, their voice sounded so familiar. And he's the male voice singing the movie's ED. Well, that's cool. I'm glad they've got him on. He has a really good voice. Not so fun fact that I got by reading people's opinions about the movie. When Nomo was saying that he thought he'd seen Reze somewhere before, and he was like, nah, that can't be, I'm pretty sure it's because he saw pictures of the orphans that were experimented upon. Kishibe talks about it being in the news, and Reze was among them. Her and Denji really had it rough. The more you go back to that movie, like, the more that Reze and Denji had in common, and it's like, what could have been, but that's really sad. But I like that connection to Nomo, and that's how he knew her and recognized her. That makes a lot more sense, because I was like, how did he recognize her? And it seemed like a throwaway thing. But anyway, they said, so glad you're aboard the Aki Angel ship. I love them too. A song that has often been associated with them is Out of Touch by Daryl Hall and John Oates. And listen, you didn't have to tell me the lyrics to Out of Touch because Hall & Oates are one of my favorite freaking bands. I freaking love Hall & Oates. I saw them in concert before. They're amazing. They don't like each other in real life, which is, you should know that. Hall & Oates, Daryl Hall and John Oates, they don't like each other. When I saw them in concert, it was like 2018, I think is when I saw them, because it was for my birthday, and they performed. They sound exactly like they do on the CD. They sound amazing, but they stood on opposite ends of the stage and they did not talk to each other the whole time. They were like, and now it's this song, and now it's this song. And it would be really awkward, but you kind of go in knowing they don't like each other and they just perform because it's the band and it's their music. But it was amazing. It sounded great, but yeah, they don't like each other. Nope, it was great. But yeah, Out of Touch's lyrics are, you're out of touch and I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Yeah, I'm not a good singer, so don't quote me on that. But yes, you're out of touch, I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're on. I freaking love that. That made my day hearing that. I was like, of course. And then one of my students who's a Chainsaw Man fan who has been trying to, they were like, did you know the manga ended? And I was like, do you know I'm anime only? And they were like, They were trying to get me to talk about the manga, and I was like, no, I know it's ended, but I'm not going to talk about it. Or at least, I know that all I know about the manga is there's parts, and this part has ended. I don't know anything else. I don't want to know anything else, because I'm anime only, but they were, like, trying to tell me. But they do like Aki Angel a lot, and they were like, do you know the Hall & Oates song? And I was like, do I? So, yeah. So thank you for pointing that out. Algumalgum says there's a very prevalent expansion to the spider butterfly that often gets mentioned, in that the monarch butterfly itself is poisonous to the spider. What I don't see mentioned often is the reason the monarch butterfly is poisonous is because of the leaves it eats as a caterpillar. In this case, I think that this parallels Denji's terrible childhood experiences, which Reze shares, and what allows her to fall for him. The imagery is still a bit forced, as I don't believe monarch butterflies exist in Japan, maybe a related species. I mean, I don't put it past Fujimoto to use something as a metaphor, because they often are just like, I'm going to do it whether you like it or not. So, I mean, that's fine. But I really like the idea that the butterfly was poisonous, and I love Algumalgum's note about that it's related to how it was as a caterpillar. So how Denji was in his upbringing has related into his adult life, which we've talked about with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, things like that. So I really like that metaphor is expanded upon, because at the end you see the spider's dead in the web, and it's like, yes. Sparata6232 says, I don't know if that's the right read on it, but Aki was seen trying to quit smoking in his first scene with Angel, something Himeno introduced him to, only to smoke multiple times later in the car. Did he relapse just as he started feeling attached to his new buddy? That's rough. Reze has several instances where she shows signs that she has kind of a childish sense of humor. I feel like under different circumstances, her and Denji would get along swimmingly. Pun intended. Yeah, I agree. Reze and Denji, under different circumstances, they could have gone all the way. They could have made it work. And I didn't notice that about the smoking, but that makes sense. That's really sad. Like, Fujimoto's just like, isn't this heartbreaking? And I'm like, shut up. What are you doing? Lancer Fate said, couple of random thoughts. First, I find it interesting that Reze is identified as the bomb devil, when it seems to me she's more of like a Denji type creation. I interpreted it as her heart was replaced with the bomb devil, just like Denji's was with the chainsaw devil and the Yakuza guy with the sword devil. Since she's the same as Denji with regeneration and having a human devil form and having a trigger to change the form, pulling the grenade pin, it makes me wonder if Denji would be considered the literal chainsaw devil after his Pochita fusion. Maybe. It does make sense that she's like the sword. I assumed she was like Denji and the sword devil. That's what I assumed. But, so you're preaching to the choir there. As I said, I'm very curious what the manga decided to do with the Russian song that Reze sings as she strangles the gross killer on the roof. It was a neat touch to make it in Russian to already foreshadow her Soviet tragic backstory, but I feel songs in manga don't usually have lyrics. Well, I don't know if we're going to find out in this volume, but we may find out the answer to that question. So hopefully you're watching Lancer Fate so you can see as well. And then Chair Check 2424 said, it's not actually important because Chainsaw Man is not a power scaling manga, But I'm still going to say that for devils, it doesn't matter if a gun is stronger than a chainsaw. That's not what this is about. Devils are based on human fears. What determines the strength of a devil is not how strong their concept is, it's how feared it is. So, don't ask, is the gun stronger than a chainsaw? Ask, is a gun scarier than a chainsaw? And that is what I was doing in the discussion. I don't mean to like be like, yes, that is what I was doing. But yeah, that's the point. Anytime I'm talking about devils, I'm talking about which is the greater fear. Because the eternity devil is terrifying. The concept of eternity, the concept of being stuck there forever is terrifying. The idea of being controlled is terrifying. That's like one of the biggest fear. If you're a control freak or someone that likes your autonomy, being controlled can be the scariest thing in the world because you have no control over your own body. So when I talk about which devils are stronger, I hope that you are reading between the lines, using that critical thinking skills that I know you have at home, and know that I'm talking about which one is scarier. But to be honest, a gun is scarier than a chainsaw. Just is. From my life experience, from my knowledge, from my background, I know I can outrun a chainsaw. I can outrun a guy with a chainsaw. I can't outrun a bullet. Now, it gets different when it's close combat, but still, like, you're kind of risking. Can I stop a guy with a gun? Can I stop somebody with a chainsaw? I think the chainsaw's scarier. I think the gun is scarier than the chainsaw. But the question is, does everybody else? So I don't know. I feel like guns have such a precedent of being terrifying that's why the gun devil is so powerful. But maybe Dingy will change that by just being himself, and then they'll be scared of Dingy as the chainsaw devil more than just the concept of the chainsaw itself. We'll see. And then finally, Jay the cat said, Romania! Would you rather be the country mouse or a city mouse? Country. Country. I've grown up in the country my entire life. I lived in the city when I was in college, and I will tell you right now, country any day. I like visiting the city. I like the convenience of the city. I like to visit. I like to see the arts. I like to visit museums. I love all the things that cities provide, but I could not live in a city. Nope. I like the country. It's so freeing, and there's just a lot more self-sufficiency. I don't know. I like I would be the country mouse every time, ever since I was a kid, but I feel like my own upbringing has influenced that. I feel like people that grew up in the city that love the city and they live and breathe it, they would go to the country and be like, what is this? So I think it's to each their own, you know? But for me, I feel like it's the country. There's a thought experiment about that, but we have already talked for 17 minutes, and I really want to get into this volume, so that may stay for another time. But real quick, I will say that we did talk in a class when I was in college about how your first experience with something will either reinforce your decision about it or will deter you away from it entirely. So if you grew up in a rural setting and had a positive experience with that, then you will have that nostalgic factor that kind of draws you in. That's why a lot of people stay where they're at. I mean, not just because of family and things, but because they had a positive experience. Why would you change? But conversely, if you grew up in a small town or a rural area and you had a negative experience, then you would just want to get the hell out of Dodge and go away immediately. And so there's a psychology to it, but we don't have time to talk about it because we need to get in volume 5. So yeah, thank you all so much for the movie comments. You all are amazing. Every single one of those comments I just read to you, I was like, oh, I want to talk about it. And every other comment that I didn't put on here because we would be here all day, your comments were fantastic. I love reading them. So please don't stop, because that's why I have this channel, is I love communicating with people about series, talking with them, seeing their thoughts. I find them fascinating. So please don't stop that, because I just love seeing comments about shows. So anyway, it's almost been 20 minutes. We need to get started. I am legitimately so excited. So let's get started with volume 5 of Chainsaw Man. And we're going to get that going here in 3, 2, 1. I say, I don't know how you all feel. This is my favorite cover, I think, since volume 1. Look, I'm a big fan of rainbows. I've been a fan of rainbows since I was a little kid. And I feel like rainbows are just the best. And I love that Fujimoto does the Rainbow Chainsaw Man logo with all the vibrant, like, the strings that come out they look like intestines. The ribbons of red look like intestines. It's so good. And the use of color that Fujimoto does, and the blood is blue, possibly for censoring reasons, it just fits so well. And I love this cover, the composition of it, the way that Denji and the Sword Devil are like purplish to like go against the yellow background. I minored in art for a hot second, and so the color complementary, like, choices that Fujimoto is making, they just look really, really good. And I like them. This is probably my favorite color. Volume 1's cover is so iconic and just emblematic of Denji in the whole series, and it just sets the tone so well. But this is my second favorite cover so far. I really like it. I adore it. So good job, Fujimoto. Okay. I love Death Proof in Grindhouse. What is Death Proof? We need to possibly look this up real quick. I know Grindhouse movies. Oh, yeah. Grindhouse movies are very specific. Oh, it's a Tarantino film. Of course. Yeah, Tarantino and Grindhouse. Yeah, of course you like it. Of course you would. Don't tell me you got a feet fetish, Fujimoto. We ain't got time for that. Nice. Okay. It says Fujimoto won the honorable mention in the November 2013 Shueisha Crown Newcomers Awards for his debut one-shot Love is Blind, which we have read on the channel. I do have reactions to Fujimoto's like other works before Chainsaw Man on the channel. And then Fire Punch, I have reviewed that series. If you want to go check out those reactions, oh boy, they're from a while ago. And then Chainsaw Man. Yep. Began in 2019. What a time. There's the Angel Devil. There they be. Ah, so minor. A minor, huh? You contact Kendrick to get that title going? Wow, we have a big character pool here. Interesting. Poor Pachita and Denji. Denji seeing Denji on the leash is a choice. Such a choice. A young man / chainsaw devil who carries his partner Pachita inside him. He's true to his desires. He likes Makima, the first person to ever treat him like a human being. The Chainsaw Devil gave up his heart to Denji, becoming part of his body. Aki is Makima's loyal subordinate and Denji's senior at public safety by 3 years. The devil contracts are the Future Devil and the Cursed Devil. Fox Devil's not currently listed. Cone is having nothing to do with Aki. Makima, the mysterious woman in charge of Public Safety Devil Extermination Special Division 4, can smell devil scents. Can she smell bullshit? Power is the Blood Devil Fiend, egotistical and prone to going out of control. Her cat Meowie is her only friend. I like that Fujimoto's like, Denji? No. Aki? No. Meowie? Only one. Kobani! Higashiyama, a timid new recruit. Though mentally frail, her boss Himeno thinks she has talent. One of 9 sisters. Girl, if you gotta deal with 8 other sisters, you gotta be tough. Angel Devil. Though not hostile to humans, anyone who touches this devil directly will have their lifespan siphoned off. Special Division 4 agent. Shark Fiend. Special Division 4 agent can swim through any surface, such as walls and the ground. Can also take the devil form for short periods of time. That will come into play later. What good foreshadowing. Sawatari, R.I.P., working with Samurai Sword, uses a powerful devil with snake-like appearance. And then Samurai Sword, I like that he calling himself Samurai Sword is literally like he gave himself a villain name, you know? The grandson of the Yakuza who drove Denji into a debt trap. Won't stay dead? That's great. And then we see the picture of him when he's not in devil form. So the story. Denji is a young man who hunts devils with his pet devil dog Pachita. To pay off his debts, Denji is forced to live in extreme poverty and worked like a dog, only to be betrayed and killed on the job without ever getting to live a decent life. But Pachita, at the cost of the Pooch's own life, brings Denji back as Chainsaw Man. After Denji buzzes through all of their attackers, he's taken in by the mysterious Makima and begins a new life as a public safety devil hunter. The agents of Special 4 Division 4 face off against Samurai Sword and his crew, who have conspired with the Gun Devil to steal Denji's heart, aka wanting Pachita back. Look, I have the crack ship of the Gun Devil and Pachita, and I'm sticking by it. He just wants his boo back. Can't help it that he's being used as the heart of a kid. What can he do? But Denji, only moments away from being chainsaw napped. With Himeno lost and Denji only moments away from being chainsaw napped. That's great, Fujimoto. It takes some backup from Makima and Kyoto to fend off the enemy. Just barely. The loss of so many agents is a severe blow to Special Division 4, and a sinister feeling hangs in the air. As everyone deals with the fallout, Denji and Power are thrust into a hellish training regimen under Kishibe, the strongest devil hunter. Meanwhile, Hayakawa, burning with the desire for revenge for Himeno, makes a contract with the future devil to acquire new power. After public safety obtains the enemy's location, an operation to neutralize them commences, with the full force of Special Division 4, including a motley assortment of devils and fiends. When Sawatari appears before Hayakawa in the middle of the mission, she summons none other than Himeno's ghost devil. That I was so mad last time that we stopped right at this point, because I was like, are you kidding? We're stopping right here, but why? And now we get to see what's gonna happen. So, chapter 35 is Minor, the title chapter of the volume, and then Katana versus Chainsaw, Trainhead Chainsaw, Easy Revenge, Tearjerker, Love Flower Chainsaw, Before the Storm, Teach Me How to Swim, not to be confused with Teach Me How to Dougie, and then Jane Fell Asleep in Church. Interesting. If we're just getting to Teach Me How to Swim, that means that maybe, unless y'all tell me otherwise, I can read volume 6 next month or in May, possibly. At least, maybe. We're thinking. My April is very busy, as I'm going to talk to you all in the April update video. April is going to be a crazy month. March and April this year, they're not great months for Romania, so we may have to do volume 6 in May. But I already have a cosplay in mind for volume 6, so... And May's my birthday month, so we might have to do volume 6 in May. I'm pretty excited about that possibility. But we'll talk about that at the end of this. So, alright. I like that Aki's just like, well, fine. I'll take you on. How dare you use Himeno's devil? If you use my power, your right eye will see a sliver into the future. But that's all. Here's the thing. There is a character in Bungo Stray Dogs. Won't talk about them. Won't say their name because that's a major spoiler in that series. But they have a similar ability. And it's not all as great as you may think it is. On the surface, it's like, wow, what an amazing ability. This will help me out in so many scenarios. In reality, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Literally. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. I forgot about this part of Himeno's the Ghost Devil. Keep squeezing and choke him to death. Oh my gosh. And then Himeno is a bad influence. She is the definition of an enabler. She could have been in the musical Rent, to be honest. He's like, I don't smoke, it'll rot your bones. Well, this seems like it'll be a long relationship, so I sure would like it if you smoked. The fact that Aki started smoking around the Angel Devil, indicating they're okay with it being a long relationship. Just the one. Never take the one cigarette. It's never just the one. I will say, I half smoked one cigarette once, but then I hated it. I was like, no. But also, I had a relative that died very young from like a massive heart attack from smoking, and that deterred me quite a way. And they're like, I'll light it for you. Making a minor smoke. You're a terrible mentor. You're a minor? Well, then you can't smoke, duh. Give me that. I'll hang on to this then. I love that bottom panel of her, like in the bottom left. That's probably my... Why is that my favorite Himeno panel and expression of her, just thinking about it? Why is that my favorite? Why is this random panel of her over a bowl of ramen holding a cigarette my favorite panel of her? What? When you're all grown up and start needing something to take the edge off, I'll give it back. And with Angel, here we are. I can't believe how much I love that panel of her. That's honestly amazing. Also her with the long hair. Work. And there's the cigarette when you're grown. I love that even though the snake, like Sawatari is Sawatari can control the snake devil. Even though Sawatari has access to the ghost devil, even though that's the case, I love that the ghost devil still has those remnants of Himeno, which is the ghost devil. So, having the lingering remnants makes sense. But to give him that easy revenge. I also like that Fujimoto just draws them like just marching straight into it. Like, don't worry about it. What? Himeno told me that because the ghost devil has no eyes, what it sees is fear. Interesting. Himeno, I'll join you soon. Oh, that face he makes. Oh. Yeah. I almost feel like the Ghost Devil, it just knew. It was like, Aki's connected to Himeno. And then Snake, don't kill her. Oh, wow. Yeah! I forgot about, I was like, how did Sawatari get stopped? I couldn't quite remember, but Kobeni comes in. That's right. Kobeni, why did you stay with public safety? Because we get our bonuses soon. There is an element of Fujimoto. What I love about Fujimoto, and one element I'm really just satisfied when it comes to him as a writer, is the fact that there's this dry humor about corporate and capitalism that like seeps into his storytelling. And Kobeni is like, you know, because she's of 9 sisters, she has no money, so she's literally doing this because it's a job. And she's like, I need the money really bad. It's like, so I kind of love that the joke, it reminds me of like National Lampoon's Vacation or Christmas Vacation. It's like, I need that bonus. I gotta buy a swimming pool. Oh, Pacino with the cigarette. The easy revenge cigarette. Damn. So meanwhile, Katana versus Chainsaw. This looks straight out with like the body that's there by the elevator doors. It looks straight out of like Day of the Dead, which it is. It's Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. So it's Dawn of the Dead, where they're in the mall, like it's the 70s zombie film by George Romero. It reminds me of that. And then Power with the arm on her. Eating the arm! Yeah, gross. Meat is meat. Pork, beef, human, it's all the same. It's totally different. Our job is to capture Samurai Sword Dude. You'd better not eat him when we do. Yeah, see? Very Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. Yes, this is exactly like it. There is no doubt in my mind that Fujimoto is influenced by that for this. They haven't noticed us. Don't make any hell noises. My name is Power. We can beat those guys. 'Tis a battle. Dingy, follow me. Watch my back. And he's like, no. Ha! He's like, bye. How do you like that? I'm not running away. I'm dignified and beautiful. A powerful adversary. Watch this, Dingy, and tell the tale about Power is the strongest of them all. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. I also, like, damn, Fujimoto's so good at drawing zombies. I love Fujimoto's take on the zombies, and like just, it also feels kind of Walking Dead. Just, oh, it's great. Dingy. How is it that yawning in a manga makes you yawn? That's so weird. And then here we go. There you are, sideburns man. Hold your horses. Why don't we talk about this? Say what? What you say? We're willing to surrender depending on your attitude. All we want is closure for our anger. That's it. And then she's like, really? I don't feel like that's correct. You murdered their friends and my granddad. We will make things right. I killed your buddies and your granddad because they turned into zombies, dude. I mean, Digi is correct in this instance, right? Don't lie to me. Uneducated idiots are always so quick to lie. I'm like, I feel like Sword Samurai does not want to like admit that. I feel like he's in denial that his granddad could have turned into a zombie, you know, because of their agreement with that one devil. So, but that doesn't matter. Even if that were true, zombies were once human. Don't you feel guilty for killing him? No, not one bit. I've gone through some changes myself by Sawatari's doing. I guess my physical heart was replaced with a katana devil. Oh, I forgot that Sawatari organized all this. But even I can't sleep well in a night when I've slipped up and killed zombies. You're the only one who doesn't have a human heart anymore. If you have any semblance of a human conscience left, how about you let us kill you without a fight? No. I see. This part's interesting to me because, to be honest, from the zombie shows that I've watched, if there was a zombie in front of me, that is no longer that person. They are done. So, I don't think that makes me heartless. I think that's just acknowledging that they're not that person anymore. So it sucks that Denji's being told this by someone when it's like, well, In actuality, you know, it's not really like that. Then I'll cut you down. Come and get me, moron. Oh, ew. Not that again. It's no fair. Oh, nice. Oh, I like the ring, ding, 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 ding. I like that you get the sound effect as it's coming out of the building. Oh, that's great. I love that. That's awesome. Oh, Fujimoto. Tatsuki Fujimoto. Say what you will. Man can do a double spread. Can do a double spread. Also, I respect that. I hate drawing backgrounds. I like drawing people. I love drawing people. I am not a background artist. I appreciate it. I have respect for the background artists. I appreciate y'all. It's amazing. I am not the one. And so usually Fujimoto uses white space and dark space and just gets the character and the expressions in the moment. But then when they want to do a double spread, it's just like, yeah, it looks great. Good for you. All right. Aren't you to cut me down? What's wrong? Die! Poor Pochita falling. Chapter 37, Train Head Chainsaw. Ow, whoa! And now we're on the train. Where'd he go? Oh my god. I like this, like, crashing effect, the sound effect as they go into the train. Dude, and people are just used to it at this point. Like, the devils are so pervasive in society that people are just like, due to a devil disturbance inside the train, we will now make an emergency stop. People are just used to it. This happens all the time. Makima getting shot up in that train happens all the time. The doors will open on both sides. All passengers, please evacuate the train immediately. That was such a good part. But then he saved her. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. The ching. Oh, I like the sound effect he does too, and the way he does it. That's great. Come on, dude. Let's ban that move. Oh, no. Oh, shit. There goes the other arm. 'Tis a flesh wound. Come at me. The Black Knight always triumphs. Can't fight anymore, can you? Come on, Dingy. Before you die, apologize to me for killing my granddad. Hey, I can still fight. Because I still got a chainsaw on my head, idiot. Oh. My dude. Oh. Didn't my granddad ever teach you to know when to quit? Apologize to my granddad. Do that and I'll put you out of your misery. You oh so carefully aimed for my head. Thanks, moron! Oh, I forgot about that! Oh, shit! I forgot that that's how he got bisected! Oh! The best part about reading this manga is I have deliberately not gone back and rewatched the series because season 1, because it's been a couple years and I was like, if I'm going to review the manga, I want to be surprised and relive the moment. Yes! Damn! Didn't your granddad ever teach you that a beast should never trust a hunter? That is so freaking good! And the chainsaw in the leg. Damn, Dingy. That, like, oh, the ink splatter and everything. Ah, that's so freaking good. Love that. But she just like, yeah. Easy revenge. And Himeno with the short hair and Aki. He doesn't look as ripped when he's not in uniform as the Sword Devil. Oh, you awake? So you are the same as me. Thought so. When I pulled out your arm katana, your body stuck back together. I'll kill you! I swear I'll kill you! Man, losers are loud. So, like, I gotta stick around till the cops show up for you, but, you know, I just don't get it. You killed Himeno. Because of you, there's one less good-looking lady in the world. Now you're gonna live out your life in prison without even being sorry? That's not gonna leave me with a good taste in my mouth. As if you can do anything about it. You're public safety's pet dog. I'm hereby holding a tournament. A tournament? Oh, hey, great timing! This is Hayakawa, Division 4. I've located the target on the train tracks in front of the clock tower. He's restrained, requesting backup. Do you want to hear? Do you want to enter too, Hayakawa? It's the ultimate tournament. What the hell are you talking about? I think Dingy's been around power too long. This seems like a power idea, too. This guy shot Himeno. So he ought to get shot too, right? I'm talking nut shots. So with that in mind, I'm holding a tournament. will both kick him in the balls, and the guy who gets the loudest scream out of him by the time the cops show up win. Are you out of your mind? And Denji's like, yes, I am. I like that there's a little sweat drop with Aki. Like, that is also one of my favorite Aki moments where he's like, just, you're not going to play? Our job is to capture him, not torment him as payback. Doing that won't make Himeno happy. Whatever. Easy revenge. Would it? Honestly, though, I feel Himeno would be 100% supportive of this, in all honesty. I think she would have been like, you guys are stupid and that's not appropriate, but I'm going to turn the other way and let it happen. What do I get if I win? His family jewels, duh. Oh, I love it. You know what's funny? It's really funny. I talked about this in the movie, and I've talked about this in season 1, but I don't ship Aki and Denji 100%. And if you've watched my channel, if you've seen any other of the shows that I have watched, I am a yaoi BL shipper 1,000%. Like, usually I'm like, BL ship, GL ship, good do this. I mean, I ship hetero ships too, but I'll ship anything. But maybe it's because I don't want to cheat on Aki Angel. But Denji and Aki, I just see as friends. And not even friends. They're kind of at odds with each other because Fujimoto's story is so dour at times. But I just don't see them as a ship. I see them as just platonic wingmen for each other. Speaking of wingmen for each other, there is the Angel Devil. Interesting. Can the Angel Devil fly? I assume that they can, but we've not seen them. Well, we have seen them fly, actually. But them looking at the birds. Maybe they want to go back to the country. And there it is. And seeing, like, Aki smiling in that moment. Himeno, can you hear this up in heaven? It's a requiem from us to you. She would approve of that, I think, in the long run. So then we have Makima saying the terrorist attack was instigated by a former civilian devil hunter named Akane Sawatari. She made a contract with the gun devil and distributed guns to the Yakuza. They say that Sawatari demanded the Chainsaw Devil's heart as payment. And, says Mustached Man, why did Sawatari want the Chainsaw Devil's heart? Well, before we could get that information, Fujimoto's all about cutting you off. Like right when you turn the page, it's like, boob, poor Kobani. She's like, ah! Okay, do you remember there was a cartoon, there was like an Adult Swim show? I don't remember what exactly it was, but it was like an Adult Swim show, and they were all like demons in hell, and they were all interacting like in an office space area, and it had humor similar to this, but Kobeni looks like a character that would instantly be part of that show. Suicide? Well, it may have been an involuntary suicide per her contract with the Gun Devil. During this operation, we seized 1.4 kilos of Gun Devil flesh from within the building. When we combine that with the 5 kilos already in public safety's possession, our collection finally moved towards the Gun Devil itself. It's finally time. Toward where? Why can't you tell us? Why can't you just tell us where it is, damn it? And then there's, okay, so wow, we are literally starting our movie right here. We're starting the movie's content here. Okay. And it looks like an eyeball. Yeah, the eyeball looking out. It's the same dream as always. And he looks younger in that dream, like a kid. The dream I always have and always forget. Denji. Oh, Pochita. Coming out, Pochita. At least let me pet you in my dreams. So this door is supposed to represent Pochita. Interesting. Denji. Don't open it no matter what. Ooh. So Denji believes, because the voice that he hears is Pochita's, he believes that this door and this eye is leading him to Pochita, but Pochita's like, don't open the door. I wonder if this is the door to access like Pochita and the Chainsaw Devil in its entirety, because right now Pochita is just a substitute for Denji's heart, but it's still Denji, his mind, his body, his soul. So if he opens the door, is that going to allow the Chainsaw Devil to take him over and just use his body as a host? Maybe, possibly, we'll see. I don't know. Wow, the anime in the movie makes that scene where Denji wakes up and Power and Aki are on either side of him a lot bigger. It feels more spacious, you know? What, you're too loud. I had a nightmare. Ma! Am I still dreaming? Quit the half asleep nonsense! What is this power? Nope, not a dream. Oh wow, we cut straight to it. Wow! So that whole business was anime only, huh? Okay, movie. Come on, movie. That's crazy. These horns mean that Power drank too much blood. You must have drunk a lot in the battle with the zombies. It's time for a blood draining. Yes, ma'am, blood draining. Power gets her blood drained periodically. If she doesn't, she'll turn into an even scarier and haughtier devil than she is now. Chapter 39, Tearjerker. I cannot believe, before we turn the page, I can't believe how much we just got anime only with that opening. That was cool. Nice. Good job. Good job, Mappa. So on that note, Denji, can I borrow Power for a little while? She's all yours! And Power's like, oh. You'll need a buddy in the meantime. He asked to team up with you. Hiya! Ah! Lord Chainsaw! Lord Chainsaw! That needs to be a meme of Denji's face. He's just like, no. Like, Denji, like, punching Beam away needs to be a meme. What's his deal? He's the shark fiend. Normally he's so violent he can't even hold a conversation, but he says he'll do anything you say. Anything I say? Why? Couldn't tell you. Maybe it's the resemblance? Lord Chainsaw, your orders, absolute. Lord Chainsaw, strongest, supremest. Oh, don't touch me, I'm not into dudes. You kind of look down. I've never been better. Oh no! He's like, what are you talking about? Which, you know what? You know what? All things aside, even if Denji's not into dudes, I do understand where Denji's coming from because I have like I need 6 feet of personal space at all times sort of thing. So, I get where he's coming from. And I like that Makima, I like that there's this pause where he's like, I've never been better. And she's like, She's like, let's change that. In that case, want to go on a date with me on your day off tomorrow? And he's like, a date? Woohoo! Woohoo! I love he's like, yeah! Oh, Denji, are you already here? Oh, wow, look at his face in that bottom panel where he's like, there's still an hour. She's so cute. Makima looks so unassuming in that when she has her hair down and she has like a little cardigan on, looking like a little shoujo protagonist. She looks like she's straight out of Fruits Basket. Yeah, girl, looking so unassuming. We all know the truth. When did you get here, Denji? I couldn't sleep. I've been here since 5. Oh, no. So what's our plan for today? Actually, it's my first time going out with a girl. Well, from now until midnight, we're going on a theater hopping movie marathon. Ha! He's like, well, this isn't what I expected. They're all laughing. Is it really that funny? Makima's not laughing either. She's so cute. I also wondered with the movie, like just thinking out loud with you all, if them also watching the movie was a way to try to cultivate compatibility and chemistry between her and Denji because, you know, some people are attracted to opposites. Some people are like opposites attract, right? But in Denji's case, I feel like Denji is not an opposites attract type of person, but instead is like, he wants relatability and he wants connection and he wants to date and be with someone that he can relate to because he doesn't have a lot of that in his life. So with Reze and Makima here on the date, he's seeing that like resonance. He's seeing that connection. I don't know. The movie was pretty meh. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't interesting. It looked like it had a pretty big visuals budget. Are you ready for the next one? They're all crying. Her face is the same. That's wild. Cute. I mean, maybe he's relating to her and that's why he calls it cute. It was pretty meh. I didn't like how it felt they were trying too hard to make the audience cry. The music was pretty good. The plot was too contrived. That was completely average. The next one is the last one. People say they don't understand this movie. Do you want to catch it? Do you want to catch it, Denji? Honestly, none of the movies so far really did it for me. Maybe I just don't understand movies. I only find about 1 out of every 10 movies is interesting myself. But I've had that one movie change my life. And nobody's in the theater for that one. Yikes. It's not even a poignant scene. I don't want to make Makima... I don't want Makima to see me crying. That last scene, I'm going to remember it until the day I die. Me too. That one movie was worth the cost of all of today's tickets. Miss Makima, do you think I have a heart? Why would you ask that? No real reason. I mean, Pochita's his heart, so... Oh... Fujimoto, why you make her look so gorgeous? She has looked incredible in this scene, but that shot with her hair like up against him, she looks so pretty. You do. I do. You do have a heart. She's like, I can feel it. Vegeta's like, oh, thank God I could beat. Chapter 40, Love Flower Chainsaw. Wow. And to think that you all were waiting for these like week to week, these chapters to come out. Okay, and then Beam. I love Beam's ability. It's so good. I see now. If I get butterflies in my stomach, then that means I do have a heart. I like that it's not... It's so, like, bittersweet and kind of heartbreaking because Denji's not like, oh, because I had a heartbeat around her, it means I like her. He's like, it just means I'm human. Like, our poor boy. We're fundraising for children affected by devil attacks. Please donate today. I can also give to charity because I have a heart. Well, thank you. We're giving flowers to the nice people who donate. That's pretty. Her face! She's like, ugh. Her face! I can also appreciate pretty things because I've got a heart as he eats it. That's how great Makima is. Just talking to her wiped my worries away. She said she'd grant me any one wish if I collect the gun devil chunks. I think I'll ask her to go out with me for real. Whenever I have a free moment, she's on my mind. I may have groped and kissed some other ladies, but my heart belongs to her. I'd never fall for anybody else. Never say never. Never say never. I gotta get out of the rain. Oh, kya. It's water. Beam, stay out of sight. If you cause a scene, we'll have to walk back in the back alleys. Yes, sir. Why do fiends all have such dumb names? Dingy, leave Power and Beam alone. I should have brought an umbrella. Oh, hi there. Sure is coming down, isn't it? Yeah. The weather forecast said, oh! What's so funny? What's your deal? Why are you crying? Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's just, your face looks a lot like my dog who passed away. Well, am I a dog? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. What did we... Are you okay? Oh. Oh, wow. So this is a little bit different than the movie where he was, like, practicing, like, throwing up to get the flower back. Yeah, that makes it grosser. Oh my gosh, a magic trick. That's incredible. No tricks or gimmicks to this magic. That's a smooth line. Good job, Dingy. Thanks. Wow. See, I couldn't do that little piece in front of my hair because it would just... You would not be able to see half my face. The rain stopped. I like that Dingy's like, oh, I've never seen another woman smile at me like that before. Except maybe Himeno. But I work part-time at this cafe down the street called Crossroads. Well, of course you do. Of course you do. Come by sometime and I'll thank you for the flower. You better come by. Wow. And then the military walk. There we go. You're late. I'm docking the time from your pay. Cheapskate. Take this water, table 5. Cheapskate. Wait, already? What the heck? You got here faster than me. Now that you mention it, I guess I did. I'm only here to get my thank you. Oh, really? Want some company? Hey, boss, coffee over here for me and him. You're here to serve coffee, not drink it. Well, come on, why not? We only get customers in the mornings anyway. Unbelievable. Ta-da! The thank you gift was coffee. Do you like coffee? Sure. Oh, that's really good. Fujimoto did a good job drawing that. Aw, don't knock it, Dingy. Oh my god, your face. You really don't like coffee. Well, come on, coffee is gross. It tastes like mud. No, you just gotta find the right kind. Don't insult this man's coffee. You're such a kid. She's touching me a lot and smiling at me too. Could it be that this girl likes me? My name is Reze, and what's yours? Dingy. Dingy. I really love... Fujimoto's grown a lot over the last several volumes. I'm really liking how he's drawing Dingy's face. Like his facial expressions where he's curious or confused or just kind of like thinking about things. Like he does a really good job and he's kind of grown since then. I've never met anyone as funny as you, Dingy. Oh yeah, she totally likes me. Crap, I like people who like me. I like people who like me. Help me, Makima. I'm gonna fall for this chick. I like Pachita with little... Meanwhile, before the storm, the ice cream truck. Okay. And at the beginning, he throws away the cigarettes like he's quitting the habit. Oh, Angel Devil. That's your third one. Haven't you had enough? Hurry it up. We need to get back to our patrol. Eating ice cream tired me out. Apparently it takes energy too. Eating takes energy too. I don't want to work anymore today. And Saki's like, oh my god, I would almost go back to Power and Dingy. Almost. But now that we know the Gun Devil's location, there'll be an expedition. To join it, I need more big devil kills on my record. That's why I want to look harder for devils. You're my buddy now, so work with me here. I like the angels. I was like, what? I don't know. How about I think about it after I eat one more ice cream? Get up. If I tell the higher-ups that you're useless, you'll be killed as a devil. Do you want that? I guess I'd rather die than work. He's the strongest. He's Division 4's strongest agent next to Captain Kishibe, which I'm sorry, but I know Kishibe said that he was the strongest devil hunter, but when you say that next to Angel he's the strongest, I'm like, oh, no, Kishibe is really strong, isn't he? I mean, or he would be if he wasn't so lazy. If you want to join the expedition to take out the Gun Devil, you should learn to manage him. I don't think I'll be able to work well with a devil. You get along with Power, don't you? I like that this is interesting. So Power and Angel, they're inside a room talking instead of outside out by the tree like it was in the movie. And Power's talking to Angel Devil. I really want to know what they're saying. And I like that Aki turns around. You see the big part. We just got into a fist fight this morning. You don't have to like him. All you need to do is use him for your own benefit. That feels so on the nose with Makima. You don't have to like him. You just have to use him. That feels very on the nose. He killed everyone in the village where he was born. To be more exact, he siphoned off their lifespans and turned them into weapons. Weapons? He can turn the lives of those he's touched into weapons. Your katana is one of his too. His weapons have unique powers, like cutting through ghosts that should be untouchable. Get along with him, even if it's just pretend. I'm positive he'll come through for you. It almost feels like Makima as well is like, oh, hey, like, you know, if you happen to die because of him, I might get a cool grenade out of it. Maybe. Wow. And there we are with this pig devil. I've dealt with the oh, Aki looks scary there. I've dealt with the devil. Please avoid touching its blood or flesh. Wow, this looks delicious. Hey, human, come here for a second. I think it's a civilian devil hunter. It looks like they got eaten by the devil. No bottom half. They're going to die. The body saying kill me is really creepy. And Aki's reaction to it. Your power can kill them painlessly, right? So put them out of their misery. Huh? No way. I'm devil first, angel second. I think humans ought to die in pain. Which is so interesting because then Aki had said before, he's like, you know, I think all devils should die in pain. And it's like, setting up the two unlikely cops from two different sides of the tracks with opposite personalities. Will they ever get along with one another? Oof. I can't even pretend to get along with you. I guess not. Wow, that was a quick cut. Damn, is that... Wow, yeah. Fujimoto's like, and now we've set up this scene. Meanwhile, Makima found my heart for me. My heart belongs to Makima, but my body has other ideas. What's interesting is Denji saying Makima found my heart for me, because, I mean, I know he's talking about the movie date, where she, like, listened to his heartbeat and told him, but, like... The idea of Denji and Pochita as his heart, it's an interesting thing to note there. A customer! She feels very Mrs. Lovett there. A customer! Came by to grab lunch. Every day for a full week? The food here is not that good. Nah, it's good. The man with the coffee shop, it's good! You have no taste. Let me see. Curry and ice cream and fried rice. Would you like to eat at my table, sir? Nah, I'm cool. You're studying, right? Even though you're supposed to be working. You aren't in school, right? Even though you're 16? I think you're way worse than me. I don't know, am I? A kid who should be in school, hunting devils? You're a rare breed. Super rare. Well, I'm going to study at your table, so scooch over and make me some room. It's so heartbreaking knowing that she's not really studying for school, but she wishes that she was. It's really heartbreaking. I guess I do want to learn to read better. You can't read? Okay, I'll teach you. Da 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 da. What does it say? It says balls, you perv. So you can read. Balls is the one word I can always read. What's up with that? I kind of wish I could go to school with you, Reze. It seems like it'd be fun. And for a moment, I liked that in that little tiny panel, her gaze is kind of like she zones in on it. And he's like, what am I saying? She's like, do you want to check it out after dark? After dark? Explore the school after dark with me. Okay. My heart belongs to Makima, but my body won't listen. Look, Makima and you are not dating, and this is totally fine. Wow. Damn. I mean, don't get me wrong. The manga is amazing, and I'm loving this, but the cuts are so... dramatic in this volume. It's just like boop, 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 scene, scene, scene. That giving praise to Mappa for making the extra little moments that they included in the movie kind of make the scenes flow together and animate and just kind of like transition. Oh, okay. Good job, Mappa. Typhoon. Okay, and there it is in the drain. His eyes are like slightly going in opposite directions. How come you devils want Chainsaw's heart? You don't need to know! Well, that's a way for Fujimoto to be like, I'm not telling you. Only concern yourself with fulfilling your contract with me. But it feels like it'll be a long-term relationship. We ought to get to know each other better, Typhoon Devil. After all, when I get Chainsaw's heart, you'll let me use your power for life. That's our deal. Be on your guard. The human with the Chainsaw's heart has killed many devils. That's because devils ain't smart. I like the little, like, close-up on the Typhoon Devil. The Typhoon Devil doesn't say anything. Like, bitch, I'm right here. I killed one of China's devil hunters for a job once. This merciless devil hunter was supposed to not have a heart. How did you do it? By hunting down where his heart was. Once I took his wife and daughter hostage and showed him the skin I'd peeled off of them. He let me kill him without a fight. I think it's interesting that we don't see, unless it's... Okay, no. We don't see, like, in the movie there's a body and it's creepy and he's, like, washing the blood off his hands. Here, he's, like, in the bathroom and I don't think that it showed us anything. No, it just showed us the nasty... Also, this school's bathroom, like, unless it's, like, the boiler room in the basement where, like, maybe the janitor works. But, yeah, the fact that we don't see any victim in this manga, but in the movie, interesting. And then, okay, teach me how to swim. You aren't scared, Denji? It's not so much scary, but it feels weird, I guess. What the heck? Well, I am a little scared. Can I hold your hand? Well, I'm a little scared. Makima. I don't really want to hold her hand, I swear, but my body moves all on its own. There's this interesting conversation about his body moving all on its own. Like, it's not just sexual attraction. It's not just his body moving because he's sexually attracted to her. It's that Denji doesn't realize he likes her. He has chemistry with her and he wants this, but he's trying to say that he doesn't because he doesn't want to be disloyal to Makima. Who can solve this problem? Oh, pick me. I know. Two. Correct. You're a genius. What does this say? Big ass. Pick me. I don't know. The answer is big ass, you perv. Aw, man. So this is what school's like. I think I pretty much get the picture now. You've really never gone to school, Denji? Not even grade school? Nope. Isn't that, like, kind of, bad? Bad. More like messed up. At 16, you're still just a kid, It's when most kids are studying to get into college and throwing themselves into a club or a sport and hanging out with friends. But you're killing devils and almost getting killed yourself. Isn't this public safety place you're with right now really not a good place? Well, yeah, they're super great. I get 3 meals a day and I sleep in a bed. That's like the bare minimum of standard living in Japan. It's not something amazing. All this thinking's making my brain overheat. Then you want to go cool off then? I feel like in this moment when we don't see Reze's hair and when we don't see her eyes and the hair's covering her eyes, she kind of gets mad at him because she's like, because she, has grown up being experimented upon and being used by this government as like an assassin, she longs for like a normal life like the other people that are her age have. And so when Denji's just like, I'm just glad to have meals and a shelter over my face, she's like, these people are using you. Like, she's like, do you not feel used? Because they're using you, and that's the bare minimum. You shouldn't be okay with that. I like that she in this moment kind of feels like she wants to kind of like tell Denji how wrong what's happening to him is. Oh, it's cold. So yeah, I can't really swim. Then I'll teach you how to swim. Dwa? Also, kudos for Fujimoto drawing women, even though she like doesn't have big boobs, which can relate. Good on him for drawing like body proportions, like characters that with actual like flesh on them. Good job, Fujimoto. Take your clothes off. You'll sink if you leave them on. Isn't this too naughty? Don't you want to learn how to swim? I'm starting to see the appeal. Get naked with me, Denji. It's not like we can see anything in the dark anyway. Well, she got some pronounced hip bones there, and you can see part of her ribs, but still. I can see everything. It's my first time seeing nipples. Well, calm down, dude. You can't. If you strip here, you'll just be unfaithful to Makima. Below the waist! Ah! Damn it. It's freezing. Come in the water, Denji. Don't do it, Denji. If I go, my heart will go with my body. Oh no, I'm drowning. Help! I love she has her eyes sticking out of the water. I see. You're too chicken because you can't swim, right? No, that's not it. Booyah! Ah! That's such a good shot. That is cold. I'll teach you the things you don't know or can't do. I'll teach you everything. Oh, I love that. Mappa made this scene so beautiful. So beautiful. But I love that shot. Again, Fujimoto's all about tasteful nudity, y'all. All about doing it tastefully. And I like how it's done tastefully and not in an objectifying way. Like, Reze is in control of the situation. She's in control of her body. She's doing this intentionally. She knows exactly what she's doing, and I respect that. Oh. We don't get the spider, though. That's anime only. And then it is raining. Mappa they animated the heck out of that. Like, if you're a manga reader and you liked this scene, I can only imagine what it was like seeing it for the first time. And I need to know, honestly, in the comments down below, if you are watching and you have seen the movie and you've been a manga reader, like, the changes that Mappa made to add on to the movie, were you, like, all about them? I'm assuming you were. It's not letting up, is it? Denji, which would you choose? The town mouse or the country mouse? What's that? One of Aesop's fables. Like the cut to him, yes! The country mouse gets to live in safety, but doesn't get to eat delicious food like they have in the city. The town mouse gets to eat delicious food, but runs a high risk of being killed by humans or cats. I'd rather be the country mouse. But Makima caught me and brought me to the city. My heart's in the country. I'll pass on the dangers of associating with a city boy like you. Now, to be fair, Aki did grow up in the country, but he definitely moved to the city looking to find the gun devil. I'd rather be the town mouse. Oh, really? The country mouse has it way better. Nothing beats peace. And her saying that, knowing like what she's been through, but the city has better grub and it seems more fun. Are all you care about? Are food and fun all you care about? Yes. I feel like there's something about how genuine he is about everything that he likes and how simple he is that she appreciates because, you know, from what she's been used to in the past. Then tomorrow, do you want to check out this local festival with me? There'll definitely be good food and fun there. Well, sure, as long as it's after I finish work. Well, awesome. Yay, it's a date. I'm going to run to the little girl's room. She's so freaking cute. And here's the thing. The way that she, like, says that, and she's, like, you know, the way he says that she's so cute, she's not, like, dingy. I mean, she is, like, dingy in some ways, but she does not match his energy like Makima did at the theater. So when he says that she's so cute, it's not because of that connection that, like, him and Makima had at the theater. It's because he is attracted to her. Oh, the use of black space. Dingy, that's right. Dingy, that's me. I was just needing to take a leak myself. Let's go to the bathroom together, you get me? Meanwhile, when I close my eyes, I see two girls now. Oh, wow. Jane fell asleep in the church. Okay, so that's where we're going to end it. All right. Chapter 43. Pochita, I like two girls now. Guess who? No, not the angel devil. I heard he's a dude. I like that Mappa also... I mean, when you see Kobani, and I like Kobani's cover-up. Super cute and appropriate. Power fits. But I like that Mappa... Like, Angel does not look... Because in Denji's mind, Angel is not attractive. Because Denji's not attracted to dudes. So he doesn't find Angel attractive. The movie made Angel look way better because they knew. They knew what they were selling. Mm-hmm. Short chick's pretty cute. R.I.P. Kobani and their identity. Short chick's pretty cute, but she tried to kill me, so she's out. Power, she still tries to kill me once in a while, even now. Plus, she's narcissistic, self-centered, and a pathological liar, and a racist. No power. Pochita, which one would you choose? I mean, that is a fan service shot, but it is a very beautiful shot. Again, even though these girls are extremely skinny, they still got some flesh on their bones, which I appreciate Fujimoto doing that. Uh-huh. How come why are you running? I thought we were going to the bathroom together. Wait up, let's have a little talk, and then she goes out into the rain. Which is interesting because she's the bomb devil. I think, didn't they establish that rain was not good for her bombs? Hello? What, you gonna take a leak on the roof? Who are you? Funny question, do you even know who you are? I know who you are. You're the cheese. The cheese that lures the mouse out into the open. What are you talking about? Leave me alone. I'm gonna cut some skin off your face, gouge out an eye, show him to Chainsaw, and tell him this. Your woman is still alive. Oh, wow. I don't remember this in the movie. Couldn't tell you why, but when I do that, most guys will do almost anything I say. After that, I just kill them all nice and easy. All I need from you is some skin and an eye. I don't want to take your life. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, she just snapped them arms back like it was nothing. Yep. Oh, uh-huh. Wow, and it just like how dead her face looks. Hey, to answer your question, she does sing the song in Russian. Okay. Wow. So to answer your question from the intro, we do get it in the manga, and it has like a little sing-song to it. How about that? And there's the whole song. Hey, look at this. Look what we got. Yeah. Wow, and the basketball. Uh-huh. What's interesting is if you were reading this in Japanese or in the English translation, you probably were like, okay, I need to get my phone out. I need to take pictures. I need to translate this online. How do I translate this? And then Tooth Typhoon's like, sorry about that. Peace out. It was you who trapped us in the school with the storm, wasn't it, Typhoon? I had no idea that you were here, Lady Reze. That face. I'll look the other way this time if you obey me for a little while. Now get rid of the body. Damn! Okay. She's like, boop. Oh, And then they go to the... We're going to end with her biting his damn tongue off, aren't we? We're going to end with that. Oh, my gosh. Candied apples and frankfurters. What a weird combo. Get your frankfurter and then get your candied apple after it. Also, I like the fact that when they do the ring toss, it goes into the ring that has a 4 over it because 4 is like the symbol of death in Japan. So, foreshadowing. Foreshadowing! Ha ha ha! And then, oh my gosh, them eating this candied apple, it's all like going so fast. Okay. My boss at the cafe told me about this place. He says it has the best view of the fireworks, and we'll have it all to ourselves because it's top secret. That guy was trying to hook them up. That coffee shop owner, he knew. Oh, yeah? Fujimoto using, like, the 2 panels next to each other with, like, the tiny movements. Hey, Dingy. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I stand by what I said. Your situation really is messed up. Like, making a 16-year-old fight devils to the death, not even letting you go to school. The government shouldn't allow that. Will you quit your job and run away with me? She looks so good there. She looks amazing. I'll make you happy and I'll always protect you. Please. Wow, they ended there? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, that's a cliffhanger. I thought it was going to go a little bit further. But no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought it was going to be like usually shonen manga have specific endings. It's either something like this, where a question is asked, and it's a very important question, and the character's decision is left as the cliffhanger, or the question is asked, and then as they give an answer, something dramatic happens, and it's like, oh shit, now what? So, oh my gosh. How about that? Oh, and this was actually in the compilation movie. That's fun. Hey, Aki, how come you changed that weird hairdo? Fox requests something other than skin for our contract sometimes. It's happy when I give it my top knot. Oh, well, I want one too. I'm putting in a request. Request denied. We stay in to drink about once a week. Drunk me did it. Let sober me off the hook. I'll make it a family heirloom. I have to forgive her because she has tons of dirt on me. What dirt? We need to know the Aki dirt. Give us the Aki tea. What? No, the Aki tea can't have gone to the grave. I do love Aki's face in that middle panel there and then the bottom right. Poor him. Bless his heart. Bless Aki's heart. Ooh, okay, Reze. Getting on that cover. I got a sneak peek of that for a hot second. Oh my gosh. Well. I can't believe that, it's over. But you know what? That just means that probably we will have to read volume 6. I already have the cosplay decided. I'm already so excited. I can't wait. But yeah. Oh, I'm very glad that you all told me months and months and months ago that I could not read volume 5 until after watching the movie because there's no way. No. And I'm very much the type of person that, like, once I start reading the manga volume, I don't want to stop part way. I want to get through all of it. So hopefully I can read volume 6. I don't know if it will be in April. It will probably be May. Please watch my April update video. I'll talk about the reasons why in that video, but it will likely be May before I get to volume 6. But I'm so excited. Yes. So, okay. All right, this was great. I'm really looking forward to your comments down below of what you thought about the manga volume and the style of it compared to the movie, of what we see so far. Super excited. But anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching with me. I really appreciate you spending your time listening to me like gush about the manga because it's just so good. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with more Chainsaw Man. Bye.